everybody. Excuse me for having my morning coffee. I'm Joseph Tudisco. This is Just a Thought, continuing with Acting Like a Business seminar. This is session number 14, and we're going to talk about the business of the business. Now, that's kind of a funny phrase to use, but it really does nail what we're all talking about here. I mean, we've covered a lot of things. We've covered headshots, resumes, postcards, all the tools of the trade, agents, managers, the approach, the mindset, and now we need to really put it into practice. If we're just struggling at this point, trying to get more and more work, earn a little bit more money, and again, it's a frustrating business, and again, this is opinions. There's no surefire way. There's no blueprint, as I expressed before. What I say is what I say. Other people, you could put managers and agents and casting directors and line them up and ask them the same question, and you'll get 10 different answers. So apply what you want, what you need, what you think will work for you. Okay? Just because someone is saying it, just because I'm saying it, doesn't make it the right move for you. You can do what you want. But again, like I always say, you need to get on a road and you need to have a plan. So I'm going to discuss the first off in the business of the business is mass mailings. Now that's a phrase that I don't think is really used all too much, or a process that's not used too much. We used to do this way back in the day, before all the technology hit, before all the emails and websites and all of that hit. For you younger actors, it's probably the day of when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Okay, we used to have beepers and pages and answering services, and we used to have to call in every hour. We got a message. Oh, I got to call this one. I got to call that one. So we had to get exposure for ourselves by either hand delivering or mailing headshots and resumes, and they were called mass mailings. And the way that worked was we would once or twice a year we would sit down and we would 200 to 300 pieces of mail, headshots, resume, maybe a cover letter. You had the envelopes, you had the stamps, you had your labels. You used to get your labels, you used to buy them, and then just put them on the envelope. And we used to spend maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe $200-300, and package these envelopes. And we would either work with other actors and hand deliver them in groups to different sections of the city, because a lot of agents and managers and casting people pretty much were all in the same area or in the same building sometimes. Or we would drop them in the mail and send them off. And that was great, because that was the only way we had to let the agents and casting directors know who we are and that, hey, we're out here. It was very painful, and what would happen is we would do it maybe, like I said, once or twice a year, and then we mailed them out or dropped them off, and then 1, 2, 3 days go by and nothing. We don't get a call, nobody shows an interest, and we go, this doesn't work. What am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting money. They don't call. They don't do. Well, you don't know what happens now. I developed a process for myself, not that it's exclusive to me, but for me what I felt was, in the process I just described, we would one day out of the year, or maybe 2, we would put this whole package together and get it out there to every industry person, every agent, every casting director, every manager, and for one day out of the year, everybody would see who we are. Imagine that. Everybody would see us one day out of the year. And the other 364 days, as they say, nothing. So I felt, why would I spend all that time and money and effort to do that once a year? And what I started to do was to send out every day. And the philosophy with that was, someone in the business is going to see who I am every day. It may only be 1, 2, 3, or 5, depending on what system you use. but everybody, we would be seen every day by someone. And I would rotate the list of agents, rotate the list of casting people, and get that out there. That was then. This is now. But the philosophy is still the same. With emails and everything else, we could, it's not as expensive, it's not as time consuming, and we can do it. But I don't recommend doing mass mailings, emailings, let's call them mass emailings, to agents and managers and casting directors. It just clogs up their email. They get pissed off. But if you do yourself a favor, don't attach a photo. Especially if you don't understand how to minimize the photo and its pixels and its size and all that, because if you send a full photo, it's going to take them time to download it. It comes up, and on the body of the email is the eye, and you got to scroll. Come on, you know what I'm saying. You've gotten these emails before. I suggest you insert a thumbnail of your headshot into the email. Okay, maybe you attach your resume, so if they want it, they can go further. Little brief, description. Again, nothing overly stated. No long monologue about who you are and how wonderful you are. Hi, I'm a New York actor. Just thought I would send my information to you. Hopefully, you have a chance to view it. If any interest, please contact me at such and such and blah 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 blah. And go. They know what it is. But I think today the best way to go. No, don't forget with the emails. They see it. They put it, delete it, put it away. Once they look at it, they're not going to go back unless, of course, they're very interested in you. But I think the best way to get to the agents and casting directors and managers today, and I think you should really, if you don't have an agent, I think you should really target. If you haven't worked all that much, I think you should target casting directors first, because they'll get you to work, as I explained previously. Postcards. If you sit down and you do your, with your cup of joe, you set up everything. You have 5, 6 postcards. You put your labels on them, put your stamps on them, drop them in the mail, and just let it go. But do it every day. And if you can't do it every day, and you just can do it on a Saturday or a Sunday, do 15 of them. Get them out there every week. Every week. Have a process. Have a system. Work your business. What have you done today? Okay? And if the answer is nothing, shame on you. So mass mailings are important. You can get them out. You can do them with headshots if you want. But I would prefer postcards, because then if there is an interest and they see your look, and if they contact you, then at least there's a true interest in you. So that you're not spinning your wheels with all the other expense and whatnot. Don't send CDs. Don't send demos. You could put a website link on your email if you want, or on your postcard. I've done that, where they could check out your information a little bit further. But do it every day. Get into a process. Send out 1 a day, 2 a day, 3 a day, and hit your agents, hit your man. I used to do agents, managers, casting directors, a list for each one. I used to have a 4th one also. I used to call it my hot list, people that I've auditioned for, people that I've worked for, people that I've actually met. And then I would take one from each column every day, postcard out there. Next day, postcard out there. So that every day someone sees you. Every day you have the opportunity for someone to inquire who you are. Well, who is this person? Why is he interesting to me? As opposed to the old way when you just sent it out and then one day everybody would see you and you would go, oh, I can't wait. Oh, okay, this is great. And then nobody calls, and then you wait 6 months and you do it again. So mass mailings, that's mass emailings, or postcards. That's the attitude, and that's the process. But you gotta work your business. I talk about acting like a business. Well, we'll act like a business. You get it? You see how that worked out? Acting like a business, act like a business. So that's where that all comes from. Your attitude, marketing yourself, your attitude. Look, we all go through the frustration. And I'll be honest with you, I'm having a tough go of it this year. I'm on the borderline now of not being a working actor this year. It happens to us. You know, it's the way the business flows. Sometimes you're down, and you know you got nothing going on, and all of a sudden something clicks for you. So I mean, it's easy to say, weather it, let it go off your back, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it prevent you from doing the things that we've talked about during these seminars. Don't let it put you to a halt and get so frustrated that you want to walk away. You never want to walk away. If it's what you want, and acting is what you want for yourself, you never, ever walk away. Never. Because then you're not an actor. And it's all been a dream. Let me put this out to you. What if it took you, from this point forward, 10 years to be a successful working actor? You put 10 years in, and all of a sudden, boom, you're working 4, 5, 6 projects a year. You're working theater. You're making commercials. You're making money. You're making a living. Is it worth it? Ask yourself that. Okay? And then ask yourself, well, what if it's 15 years? It's not going to happen overnight. I remember being on set, and I believe it was one of my earlier bookings. It was the baseball, the name of the game with Kevin Costner. They cast me as a Yankee fan. I never made the film, but it was a day player role. I made some decent money on it. And I'm shouting out things to the ball players, you know, all sorts of, you know, yeah, you couldn't catch Cole, you know, that type of thing. And we were at Yankee Stadium, and I was in. You know, they had the box open so that the principal actor, they would bring me in. And now I've been doing a lot of background work. So when I got there, I saw all the background actors around me. You know, they were all around me. They knew me. Hey, Joe, what are you doing? Whoa, and what they did to me was embarrassing. Not to me. They embarrassed themselves because they all felt that they had to, I won't say ridicule, but make remarks. Oh, look at him. He's a big-time actor now. Hey, how'd you do that? And they bombard you with this. And I knew these people. I worked background with them. And I don't know where that came from. And one guy said to me, how do you do this? How did you get this? You used to do background work. All of a sudden, you're doing this. You know, I'm doing this for 6 months now, and I haven't been able to get a speaking role. 6 months. Did he say 6 months? Because I've been doing this for years before I got speaking roles of major importance, and they want it too quick. There's nothing wrong with getting it quick, but you can't have the entitlement. That attitude is not going to get you anywhere. And I turned to him and I said, well, it actually happened about 15 years ago when I decided to take some acting classes. And I studied and I worked in theaters and I did community theater and I worked for free. And I studied. I took classes for 3, 4, 5 years. Did background work for 3, 4, 5. Did that. And then here I am. All of a sudden, I'm lucky. Well, again, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So your attitude is very important to the business. Acting like a business, take control of your business, and work it. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what image you want to portray. Don't worry about telling everybody what you do. During auditions, I told you the process of we talk about the up for this. I'm up for this. I'm up for that. And you never get it, and it's total self destruction as an actor. Okay. Your work habits, keep them on a daily basis. Do something every day. Just pursue the business. Keep that focused. You don't have to discuss everything you do with everybody. You may have a close friend or two that are actors, and you talk about different things. But don't let it get you down. Don't let it beat you up. Because if it does, you're gonna. You know, we talked about the bags. Okay, so I'm reverting back to everything we spoke about in the prior sessions, you know, because then you're carrying those suitcases in and they follow you around. Just work your business and stick ability. There's a word for you. Stickability. Stickability. The ability to stick. Oh boy. What's in this coffee? I don't know, but stickability, the ability to be able to weather everything that happens at you, that's thrown at you, that's discouraging, that's frustrating. Yeah, I tell you something. We talk about desperation. Not that this is desperate, but I've never gone on for the last 8-9 years an open call. We spoke about open calls. Well, I went on one about 2 months ago. No, not even, about 4 weeks ago. I did it on a whim. And, it was crazy, but I knew what to expect. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go. It might be nothing. It might be a scam. It might be whatever. I said, but I'm going to go. If it is, it's on me because I've decided to go. I decided to put myself in there. I told my wife, I said, look, if it's an abomination, I said, I'll leave. It's no big deal. And I went and I met a buddy of mine, and we hung out pretty much all day, and we stuck in there. And it was a refresher course on why not to do cattle calls, but it was fun, and I listened to everybody, complaining, what's going on here? It's a cattle call. It's an open call. Please expect it. You always have the right or the right to choose to walk away, to go away, leave your head shut. Listen, this is too much for me. I'm out of here. But I was lucky. I met a buddy of mine. We hung out all day. It was a lot of fun. That's it. I mean, I just spoke a little bit about how to be in the business. We're going to talk a little bit more. I got a few more sessions coming up that'll lock in a little bit more all these details and everything that I've presented to you. And then I'll probably continue with some just off I don't know how I would put this, but just away from what we're talking about, some ideas and some things that have happened, and present them to you so that you can kind of run them through your head and understand this crazy business. It's a crazy business. With that being said, I will say that is a wrap. I'm having fun today. I don't know why. And I will catch you soon. But don't forget, all the past sessions, YouTube, search Joseph Tudisco, acting like a business. You see the guy with the hat. One day I'm going to wear the hat. Next session, I'm going to wear the hat. And then you just click on that. It'll take you to my channel. It'll give you all the sessions. Facebook page, Acting Like a Business. If you want to make any comments, you want to like it, and that's fine. And that's it. Again, I will catch you next time. Stay well.